And perfect. Dude, I'm so ready for today. I am so ready for today. Well, guys, welcome to the Drag Driver Pete News presented by Summit Racing for March 16th, 2024. Tons of great stuff today. Event updates with a look at the insane month of June. Wait till you guys see this. Jerry and Matt Sweet make it into Hot Rod Magazine with the Nova. I'm so excited. Brett LaSala and Jared Holt take on Texas 2K. And Rich Guido gives us a little bit of advice about oil. Well, dude, let's hit this. Hit that intro video that you made. That's so awesome, and let's get this thing started.
All right, let's go.
All right, guys. Well, welcome to the Drag Driver Pete News presented by Summit Racing, your source for news and entertainment in the drag and drive community. Guys, my name is Mike Narks. I am the host of this show and the Drag Driver Pete show, which happens on Wednesday nights. It's our long form 2 hour. We have guests on. We talk about all kinds of crazy stuff. But this episode this morning is just a hammer through. We have 31 photos to show you this morning, so it's going to be pretty wild. I host those two, and then also I am the host of the Circuit, which is a regional drag and drive event that comes up in 1 month. But are you ready for that?
Dude, I'm
Are you?
so ready.
Oh my gosh! Well, Eric, introduce yourself, and let's get this thing going, dude.
All right, I'm Eric White. I am the co host for both the news and the show, helping run the circuit and do artwork, photos, videos, whatever needs to be done. When I'm not helping with this, I'm over on my channel, which is 815 LSX Swaps, which I'm going to have a new video coming out. I haven't posted a video since we've really been running with Drag Driver Pete, but I don't know if you saw my post. I got a trunk kit from FFP Customs. A while back, he had actually saw one of my pictures in our other group when we had that, and I had the trunk propped open with a piece of wood, and he's like, "Hey, I got a product for you," and so I finally got around to ordering it. So I'm going to put a video together once weather gets a little bit warmer and I can spend some time out there. I'm going to record the installation of that, so that'll be good.
Dude, that is so awesome. I'm excited to see that. And guys, go follow 815 LSX Swaps right now. Pause this, go over there, jump that, and then come back because we got a cool show today. Well, guys, we can't do this without you. We can't do this without our race car friends. Y'all, I'm driving along yesterday, took my daughter to a gymnastics meet. Driving along, we see a cool car. Before I can say it, my daughter in the back seat screams out, "Race car friends." I'm
Awesome.
telling you, if you don't do that while you're driving along, there's something wrong with you. And guys, we can't do this without your support. Please hit the share button right now. Hit it right now. Just let's get this thing going. Let's get some more folks in here. We're gonna have a good show today, and then we can't do it without our sponsors too, y'all. Summit Racing, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Car Chains 3D, Performa Built Transmissions, Howard's Cams, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk. You guys are our homies and heroes. Thank you so much. And you see the new PowerTube TV. That's our new media sponsor. You can watch a lot of this stuff over there as well. So
Yeah. Plus
PowerTube,
some.
watch PowerTubeTV.com or load the app on your TV or your phone.
Yep. Plus, we're going to have some special content that's just for PowerTube TV. So you'll definitely want to check that out.
Yep, I'm actually editing one of the videos right now. It's going to be about 10 minutes, which will be perfect for them to kind of slide in between their regularly scheduled programming and on their YouTube channel as well. So I'm excited to have that opportunity to show that to them on that side as well.
Yeah,
All right.
buddy.
And guys, we're starting out today the gentleman's agreement. Y'all, we can't listen. We can't keep doing this for what we're doing it for, which is absolutely nothing. We're doing this for free for you guys. We love it, but it's a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of money. So here's the deal. The gentleman's agreement is we'll keep doing this work for you. You guys hit that follow button or the subscribe button wherever you're at. Help us grow this channel. We're so close to 100,000 total followers. I would have never thought we'd have got this big, dude. It's amazing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, let's get the show going, man. Did you know that Summit Racing Speed Legacy began in 1968 as a one-man startup, one dude in a basement of a donut shop, and is now the world's speed shop? 4 facilities, 200 plus catalog editions, fueling your passion. They save you money, deliver fast, and offer top-notch customer service. In 2014, they launched a Summit Racing mobile app. I don't know if you knew that or not. If you already have it loaded on your phone, I'm sure you do. For easy access to speed parts, find them on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Also, you can tune in to the On All Cylinders podcast, which is one of my favorites, for more automotive discussions, kind of like what you got going on today. And then from humble origins to the social media lane, Summit Racing stands by your need for speed. Alrighty, let's talk about some events, dude.
Yeah, we got a lot.
That's exactly right. Well, lead us in here. Tell us a little bit about what we got going on for the Driven Racing Oil event segment.
Yeah, so we've got our Driven Oil Racing segment here, like you mentioned. Our first event is coming up. It starts today. So we've got
Today,
so we've got the Central Georgia Battle of the Streets starts today with registration starting at 6 o'clock.
dude, I'm excited about this event because it's the first time again Mike Mayo's done one of these, but also it is a great time because it's in Central Georgia. So
Yep.
it's be a lot of drag and drive racers come from that part of the country, but this is going to give them an opportunity to do some racing and do a like a weekend deal. It's tonight, and then they race all day tomorrow.
Yep. So that's going to be fun. Looking forward to updates on that as well. Then in 2 days, we've got the Hard Ass 1000 put on by Haul Ass Garage. So that starts out at Heathcote Raceway. So make sure you follow Haul Ass Garage. They're going to do daily updates and daily video. So that's going to be extremely cool to see all that too. They've got Heathcote Raceway, then they'll have a drive day, then they'll be at Wilby Park Raceway, then another drive day, then back to Heathcote to finish out the event.
Yeah, this one's going to be. I really feel like this is going to be the next big Australian event, simply because those guys have been here for Drag Week several times, and so now they're hosting their own. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see the stuff. And just like you said, Hall S Garage is going to have daily updates on their YouTube channel, and then I know they're going to do daily stuff on their Facebook page, but it'll be a lot more. I have actually seen David Gallimore posted a video a little or a few pictures a little bit ago that he is already in Australia, already has a rental car, and I mean, dude, he's 2 days ahead of time already posting stuff about the Hard S1000. I'm pumped about it.
Right. So I'm sure we'll have some updates on this event on Wednesday, kind of where they're at. It'll still be early in the event, but Wednesday we'll update as much as we can.
Hmm.
All right. Then up next we've got the Carolina Drag Cruise. So that one, you don't got the date in here. Which date does that one start? Do you know?
That's April 5th through 7th.
Okay, so that's coming up here in just a couple weeks. And
Hmm.
one of the route stops there is Gaffney Peach, which looks like you visited.
Yeah, I was there on Southeast Street and Eat. I had to find a hotel, and this was like literally right around the corner from the hotel. So I didn't even know what this was, to be honest, when I first saw it. I mean, I knew it was a peach, but I didn't know it was any kind of special thing. And apparently, you gotta have your picture there if you're going to be that close.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then we've got Olympic Dragon Drive. Their registration opened last night, and they are almost sold out already.
yeah. I'm really excited about this event this year because it's one of the first ones or the only one in the Pacific Northwest. We have BC Drag It Challenge that is kind of north of that, and then we have Redwood Rally that is south of it. But this one here, there's no reason people can't go to a drag and drive this year. They're everywhere, all over the country. And this is obviously one of the newest regional events. And, I love regional events. I think it's a great gateway drug into the drag and drive community.
Yeah. Ken here saying a new one that he hasn't heard of. So, and
Yep.
if anybody knows Ken, Ken is just about as into Drag and Drive as we are.
Yep. Yeah. He's in here all the time, always making comments. We appreciate that for sure. And you can find the full list of these at dragdriverpete.com/event list.
All right. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the circuit?
Dude, dude.
We've
Okay.
we've been going
Let,
hard.
It's been pretty wild. So if you guys don't know and you don't follow the circuit dash charity with horsepower, you need to do that because Eric has gone ham over there. I've done mediocre on my side. Eric has created 115 pieces of promotional artwork for this event. 115 pieces of content for this. Now,
And we still
you
have
have
a month to go.
and we ain't even got started yet. And I have I have made artwork, 87 pieces of artwork. Okay, just me myself. There's been some live streams and posts made from the route stops and things like that that didn't have artwork. So, dude, we have more than 200 pieces of content for this event.
Yeah. This is how you promote an event right here.
Well, I listen. Our whole mentality is cram it down people's throats until they like it or leave.
Right.
That's one of the things. The one thing I do want to say is how many posts have you shared? Not you, Eric. You out there watching this show. The one person I'm pointing at right now. How many of these have you shared? Go in there now. Just share one for us. Just share one post. Find one you like, share it out. Let's get as many butts in the stands as absolutely possible so we can bring more people into the Drag and Drive community because the circuit is what kicks off or four events at Mocan, or sorry, three events at Mocan, two events at Ozark Raceway Park, both tracks that we're visiting. So let's get these people ready and geared up for the Dragon Drives that are to come after us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the link to that in the comments here in the chat so you guys can snag it and just go in there and just take a second and just share one post for us, please. So I've got that in there, dude. Let's talk about this next thing here. You ready?
Yeah, this is wild.
The insane month of June for the Drag and Drive community. I'm gonna put this full screen because I want people to have an understanding of how crazy this is. June right here. This is June. Look at the 9th through the 28th. There's no break. That is national level drag and drive events all over the place, all over the world, right here. Okay, and
Yeah.
there's some regional stuff in there, obviously as well. But starting, you've got two that cover the weekend of to kick the month off. You've got the 31st through the 2nd. You got Drop the Hammer and the Olympic Dragon Drive are on the same weekend. Perfect. Love that. Two regional events going to be rocking. And then starting the 9th, you have Six Summer and Alaska Speed Week kicking off that same week.
Hmm.
Those run all week. Then on the 14th, we kick off with UK Street Weekend.
So 3 events on that one day.
Yes, yes. Across the world, dude. We got Alaska, we've got Iowa, and we've got the UK.
Oh,
Same day.
they'll be
Dragon
in
Drive.
Byron they'll be in Byron on the 14th.
Oh yeah,
You'll
no,
be
I
here
know.
in
Yeah,
Illinois.
yeah, yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah, because I think I'm going to be there with you, right? I think that's the plan.
I
And then
think so.
yeah, so we talk about the 15th Alaska Speed Week, UK Street Weekend. Then we go the 17th drops down to Big Sky Race Week, right? Down to one event for 2 days. Seems strange at that point. And then picking up on the 19th, you pick up with BC Drag It Challenge, and that runs dual events all the way until Rocky Mountain Race Week, which kicks off on the 23rd. And then you run Rocky Mountain Race Week all the way to the 28th.
So we have 3 weeks in a row with a national level event.
Yeah. Yeah. Hardcore. So I want to give a big shout out to our buddy Jesse Fox with 3G Video. Here's his plan, guys. I need you to go follow 3G Video right now and maybe send him some money. Okay. So he is covering Six Summer. As soon as Six Summer ends, he's driving to Big Sky Race Week. As soon as Big Sky Race Week ends that Friday, he's driving to Rocky Mountain Race Week to be there on Sunday. Now
That's awesome.
that's Illinois to Montana to Oklahoma.
And I looked at that drive from Illinois to Montana. That is not a short drive.
Yeah, I think it's like 1,200 miles or something crazy.
Yeah, I thought it was like 17, 18-hour drive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. And then the drive from Montana to Oklahoma is all it's within like 30 or 40 miles. So just in those 3 weeks, I think him and I figured it up was like 4,500 miles just in those 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, I love it. So here's last year we kind of had this with September for 2023. June has become the month that this is going to happen now. I'm really excited about this because we saw a huge bump in, I would say, the community after September. Obviously, a lot of that I would think is probably some of us posting so much about the Dragon Dart World Champion, but then also this doing this many events earlier in the season is going to be amazing. The one cool thing about this is you really kind of have a lull during May, so we're gonna have a lot of regional events in April, and then you're gonna have not much in May, and then you're gonna absolutely kick off with all of this. We may have to go daily for we may have to kick back off the daily dose of drag and drive and get this thing rolling again and come here
Right?
to talk about events every morning before work or every evening after work. Something I don't know. But this
Yeah.
is crazy to me. I love seeing this many events. Obviously for us, we more events means more people means the community continues to grow.
Yeah. Could we possibly do like a 30-minute and we struggle at 30-minute, but can we do a 30-minute update every evening or something?
I mean, I think it's probably the way to go.
Yeah.
Live link up on the 15th question mark international style. Yeah, yeah, we just yeah, I think that may be what we do. We just talk to people from all over the world. We've actually been discussing a little bit with Ken White about his coverage of some of these events and maybe bringing him in to kind of help us, add one more layer of coverage for all these events that are out there in the world. And especially he can kind of be our UK and Sweden specialist maybe.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's really exciting, and I can't wait to see what June has, and then obviously, what that's going to bring to July and further down the road. Because does that mean more people are going to be in the stands? More people are going to show up to events. More people. More people. More people. Man, that's what we want. We want the stands filled with folks for all the drag and drive racers to race in front of.
Yeah. I really like this. I think we should do more of this kind of style. I like this template here you got.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing this for September because we have so many events that overlap. And then I'll probably do this monthly, and post that up on the website along
Mhm.
with the event list. So that way people can kind of see, because that really is probably one of the biggest struggles is, the map I did in the past, it just shows where they are. Well, that's cool,
Right.
great, but you really kind of need an idea of when they are. So I'm still working through how to do an interactive map, but that's like in level of priority that's here compared to
Yeah.
what what the other stuff is. So, all right, dude. Well, do you want to read the ad read for Driven Racing Oil for us there?
Yep, I can do that. Why gamble with performance or protection when you get proven results from Driven Racing Oil? Trusted by top engine builders, winning racers, and devoted horsepower enthusiasts around the world. Driven takes legendary base oils such as the ones made in Bradford, Pennsylvania, which comprise their GP1 line. Then Driven boosts that superior base with state of the art additive packages. Driven's GP1 Nitro 70 not only provides anti wear protection, but can even shield cylinders from washout and fuel dilution caused by using methanol or nitro based fuels. Learn more about Driven Racing Oil by following them on Facebook and Instagram at Driven Racing Oil or shop now at drivenracingoil.com.
Man, I love the guys at Driven. I'm so sad that I'm not at Texas 2K to hang out with them this weekend. It's really it's a sad day, but I did get to see my daughter at her last gymnastics meet ever, so that'll be kind of cool. All
Yeah,
right, guys. Let's thank another one of our sponsors. Attention, high performance enthusiasts and sportsman class racers. Meet the Molly Motorsports Power Pack Kit, your ultimate solution for Power Pack performance. The Power Pack, how many times can we say Power Pack? The Power Pack pistons are made from either 4032 aluminum alloy to allow for tighter cylinder to wall clearances and improved temperature stability, or 2618 alloy to allow for increased detonation resistance. Tailored for various engine families from small block Chevrolet to Volkswagen and Audi, we've got you covered. What sets us apart? Forged pistons, graphite coating, and phosphate treatment for peak performance and durability. Elevate your ride with Molly Motorsport, where performance meets precision. Unleash the power within. Visit mollymotorsport.com for more details. And for the folks listening on the podcast, Molly is spelled Mahle.
that is right. Pretty cool comment here from Dancing Alone with Rentals. Still very impressed at the tempo of your conversation. Great to listen in. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. We appreciate the kind words. Well, dude, do you want to thank our race car friends and sponsors?
Yes, sir. So, like we mentioned earlier, we couldn't do this without both our race car friends and our sponsors. So, first of all, thanks to all of the race car friends, everybody in here making comments, everybody watching Wednesday nights, Saturday mornings, commenting on our posts in the group page and all that. We appreciate that. And our sponsors, Summit Racing, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Car Chains 3D, Performa Built Transmissions, Howard's Cam, Sweet Patina, PowerTube TV, and Racing Junk.
Yep, that's exactly right. All righty. Let's talk about Car Change 3D because, dude, this guy just continues to drop new products. If you're not following Corey Nicholson on Facebook, there's something wrong with you. This dude constantly bringing out new stuff. This is a new race pack dash holder for the third gen Camaros. Look at this thing, dude. Fits right in. He said right in the center slot. So I would think this probably would go where the old stereo or heater controls would in a
Yeah,
factory dish. How cool is that?
yeah, it's pretty slick. He
Yep.
he does some good work for sure.
Yep. I see Danny in here this morning. We're actually going to talk about him here in just a few minutes.
Yep.
All right. Well, Car Change 3D, guys, if you have any questions about anything that you feel like needs to be printed or could be printed, or man, is there a way I can mount this here? He probably either has it or I know he can create it with a little bit of work from you guys. And please go follow Car Chains 3D, carchains3d.com, Car Chains 3D on Facebook and Instagram. But Corey Nicholson posts more on his personal page. So go be friends with him. And then I don't know if you guys have seen this or not yet, but we shared a little bit of it yesterday. Jerry and Matt Sweet are now famous.
Yes.
Like if they weren't famous before, they're way more famous now.
This
You-
is awesome.
Oh man, love these guys. I haven't seen this yet. I'm going to pick up this article later today. I don't have my subscription in yet, but I'm going to go buy it. I'm going to
Is
go.
this the is this the first one in the new
Yep,
quarterly?
yep, yeah. Which is really cool because if you see this Pro Street deal, right here, this right here,
Hmm.
mid '90s kind of build up. I'm excited to see these cars come back because that's kinda like when I was coming up, that was a cool build, right? The
Hmm.
I really think this is gonna, again, help push the drag and drive community because now hopefully these Pro Street cars are gonna be on the street. We're gonna see some really cool and wild cars come back out of the woodwork for this new style of build. Um, Obviously, Pro Street NA is what Jerry and Matt Sweet run in at, Hot Rod Drag Week, and they just absolutely went wild at Sick Week, reset a new NA record at Sick Week. Gonna be crazy. I can't wait to see them. I know they're probably signed up to do all of the. I'm sure they're signed up to do Drag Week. Surely, after coming
Yeah.
off such a successful Sick Week. And then,
Yep.
yeah, see, Ken Films Cars here says Havlic's event is looking awesome. Yes, we're going to actually dive in a little more on Wednesday night. We're going to talk about that for probably 10 or 15 minutes and some of the cars that are coming and a lot of the story behind it. We've actually been messaging back and forth with Jesse Havlic a little bit, and maybe we have them on for a few minutes. I don't know. We're working through timeline and scheduling and all that kind of stuff for Wednesday night. So we'll see.
Yep. So
And
here's
I
a
know,
couple more shots of the magazine article, and then the last couple pages there. I mean,
yeah.
there's some great photos in there. Obviously, we haven't read the article yet, but we're gonna have to pick that up so we can read through that. But I imagine it's a pretty good article.
Well, from what Jerry's post, it sounds like Mike Galimi wrote the article, so you know it's going to be good words. And that dude's been on our show before, has a way with words already. So you can only imagine if he's got a little bit of time to write out some stuff. So I'm really excited to see those guys get some. I'm not gonna say get some credit for what they've done, but get some attention for what they've done with this car. This car was a 632 big block Chevrolet before. They were going to put twins on that engine, and then went absolutely ham. Sonny Leonard's, you know, Hemi headed big block deal, whatever he's got going on. I can't remember what they call that, but they put that in this car. Had to change a ton of stuff. kept the factory frame rails in the front. And I mean, like I can't imagine what the header builder had to do to make that fit and work because they had to stay within those rules. So pretty cool deal. So congratulations to them. We love those guys. And if you haven't seen it yet, there's about an 18-minute video on our YouTube channel. Just search Sick Week becomes Sweet Week on our YouTube channel, and you'll be able to find it there.
Yep. Again,
All right.
congrats to those guys. That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. And then I don't know if you guys follow 3G Video, but again, we're talking about him again. He's doing great things for the Drag and Drive community. Get to know the one and only Alex Taylor, a new video that he has posted up yesterday or day before. It's an hour-long video with our buddy Alex Taylor.
Yeah.
She basically dives into a lot of what she's done to get to where she's at, but then also kind of a really cool story. She was talking about some of the cars she wanted to build and all that. So I think this is going to be a really, really cool video for a lot of folks to enjoy. And it's something new for Jesse to do. He hasn't really done a whole lot of podcasting or interviewing in this style of format. And so this adds a lot of, just, I don't know, a lot of added eyesight to the Drag and Drive community.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right. And then, dude, did you see this? Did you like our boy, Chris Story?
Yeah.
Do you know VinWiki has 2 million followers, almost 2 million subscribers on YouTube?
Yeah. That's awesome.
Ah, it's so crazy, man. So he jumps on there, tells a story about this. Obviously, we love that he's on here telling this kind of stuff. Talks about the 10,000 miles they drove, talks about all the things they broke, talks about all the stuff that went wrong with driving a ZR1 Corvette from Houston to Alaska to race week and then back.
Yeah.
10,000 miles in a month is absolutely crazy.
Yeah. And it was awesome when those guys were on our show and told us the story. So I can imagine that this one is just as good.
Oh, I mean, the editing on VinWiki stuff is spot on. I do wish they had probably given, I know there's more to the story than what they edited down to. So if you want to see the full story, go over to our channel and watch the live stream of them talking about it for about an hour. But the VinWiki post is great because it's going to, like, people are going to ask, what is Alaska Speed Week? What is Rocky Mountain Race Week? They're going to ask what those questions are. What is a drag and drive? Man, there's probably a lot of people that watch VinWiki that have no idea what a drag and drive even is.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Yeah, so it's going to be really cool. They were on episode 24 on our channel telling that story. And again, this is a huge win for Chris. This is a great opportunity for him to expand because all of the pictures they used during the video that they lay over the screen are Chris's photos.
Oh, awesome.
Really, so it's got his logo on it. So I hope this really means it's just going to elevate his not ability, but his workload. I hope it just makes his workload much, much harder because that's what we want for him.
Yep.
We want him to be working really, really hard all the time.
Heck yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
Well, lead
Let's
us
get
into
in.
this next spot.
Yep. So we talked about this, I don't know, a couple weeks ago that Sick the Mag, they were doing a new article called the Weekly Reiki. So we took some photos here and I just took some snippets from the article. If you guys haven't seen this, go check that out. Again, we're just going to cover a little portion of it, kind of give you an idea of what this article is. So this was about Dan and Alex. So this was kind of their road trip. So one of the quotes here was, "He was a great road buddy," Dan said of Alex. "He's 19 while I'm about to turn 36, so I'm twice his age, but he has a good head on his shoulders. He's a hard worker. He puts his mind to something and he does it. He's amazing. He's an amazing guy to be friends with," Alex said of Dan. "He always supports dumb, bad ideas and they turn out to be great adventures."
Yes.
Dan and
That's
Alex live 45 minutes from one another in Southern California, but they may have never met if it wasn't for Death Week. So there was I don't remember, I didn't put it all in here, but something about there was a sticker on the car, and that's how they got to be talking. So here's Dan's 73 AMC Hornet Sportabout station wagon. We covered a bunch of that vehicle when you were on Sick Week as well.
mhm.
And then we've got Alex's brownie, rust, and blue 74 Dodge Charger. So then it said, "We've done a car event together each month since Death Week." Said Dan, "I've become a part of the Brody family already. I've been going over often since they live close. Alex's parents love the fact that I can be somewhat of a mentor to him." So that was pretty cool. The next step in their relationship was teaming up to take on Sick Week, which is where you were at, in Dan's Sportabout with Alex as a co pilot. Swapping an engine with Dan was an adventure in itself, said Alex. "We were both extremely tired, but we tore into it, and with our combined knowledge and will to not quit, we got it done. It took me being forceful with a rather large pry bar to finally get the motor in, but in the end, we made it on time." And
Yes.
then the last part of the story here, a few weeks later, the two musketeers were back together again, and on another harebrained adventure, Alex found time to buy a Charger UTE similar to Dan's. So then they got that all together. Friday night, it was off to Bradenton to watch a demolition derby at the Freedom Factory. Saturday, it was up to Gainesville to take in the NHRA season opening Gator Nationals. Sunday, it was over to Alabama to visit the king and queen of Dragon Drive, Keith and Tanya Turk. So,
Yes.
again, that was just a little bit of that article, but be sure to go check that over on Sick the Mag and read that full article. There's a bunch of good stuff in there. Very cool article they did, and I look forward to seeing more of these weekly Rikis from them.
Yeah. And Danny's a really good follow on Facebook, and then Sportabout on Instagram as well. Tons of content, tons of stories, tons of videos. Dude is always on an adventure. One of the cool things is he can work from the road. So he just travels all the time, man, does all kinds of really, really cool stuff. And what's funny is they had yeah, the whole engine swap story is crazy within itself. It's a full video all by itself. It's absolutely wild. I love it.
Yep.
All right, well, let's move on to the next segment, performer built transmissions stuff here. This is kind of going to be news from the community. This is car upgrades and all that kind of stuff. So, Fast Act Racing, our buddies Jay and Brian have finished up the top mount, I would say, for the ducting that we talked about a couple weeks ago. This was all cardboard. The last picture we showed, this is all aluminum now for the top. And then this next picture is Jay just showing here. You can see the extra side bit here that they'll update as soon as they get that made in sheet metal as well. Again, the reason they talked about this was because of the fact that they want to use the fan less, which means the alternator runs less, which means more efficiency.
Yep.
Just
And we
crazy.
talked a little bit after Wednesday night's show with Stoney and I. We talked about another topic that we might bring up in the NA conversation is about cooling. So
Nice.
this kind of stuff will lead right into maybe our next topic with him.
That's perfect. That is perfect. Well, we'll definitely have him on before the circuit because we got to start talking to all the circuit racers, which kicks off this week.
Yep.
And then if you guys aren't following Rich Guido on YouTube, you need to do that right now. Richard
He's
Guido on
he's
YouTube.
been
I
doing
love this.
yeah,
Yep.
he's been doing weekly. I think it's been weekly videos now,
Yep.
roughly,
Yep.
and they've been pretty good. All
Well,
drag and drive related stuff.
and how to keep a car alive. And this dude knows more about keeping a car alive than most anybody that's out there. I mean, dude drives this
Right.
thing everywhere, 25,000 miles last year, all that kind of stuff on the car, pulling a trailer, 1,500 horsepower, pretty insane. So in this one, he talks about the Clearview oil filter that's on there and kind of why he did that and how it's helped him a few times. And then also the oil he uses is Valvoline VR1 2050. Now, I mean, obviously, we can't make hey use that oil because we like driven racing oil, and we would like to see maybe Rich and Driven talk and see if maybe he can get some more power using the driven racing oil side. But in that video, it was really kind of crazy because he was talking about the oils that come into Canada are limited. Like, so I'd like to learn a little more about that. Not that I ever need to ship any oil to Canada, but the rules around that. Listen, if Rich Keto needs a different kind of oil, we got to get it to him, man. So,
Right.
but I thought that kind of would give folks an idea of what to watch for. He talks about oil pressure, talks about how important it is, and then obviously he was talking about some stuff that was over my head, so I need to go back and watch it again. So you guys go watch it again as well.
Can oil or syrup? Loved the frozen oil vids. Those were pretty funny.
Man, it was pretty intense to watch that really lightweight oil turn to syrup.
There we go. That's what we like to see right here.
Yep. Rich, after this, I'll put you in contact with our buddy down there and see if we can get some stuff working because I know there are people that gain more power. And I know he's right up against his cage cert running that 851 at Sick Week. But hey, maybe he could be faster with driven and then not have to push it as hard. Hey, who knows?
Yep. That's
Who
that's
knows?
what we're here for, to hook everybody up.
Yep.
So
Yep.
on this post here it says an announcement at the end about my next adventure. What's that about?
Yeah. Well, he'll have to tell you. I think I turned it off before then. Dang it.
Uh-oh.
So we'll
I
talk
guess
about that
everybody
on.
else is gonna have to go watch it and figure out what it's about.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. All right. Well, perfect. Well, let's talk about the next deal here. This is from Big Three Racing. Rick Trunkett made this post the other day about a new product, Race Products 2015 and up Charger and Challenger Gateway. This allows Charger and Challenger owners to run a standalone like a Terminator X or Dominator. I thought this was obviously I don't follow this kind of stuff very much. Late model stuff doesn't really do it. I like swaps into old things.
Yeah.
And from this here, he says basically pre-order by April 1st, get $200 off the retail price. And then it's a plug and play gateway for the 2015 and up Charger and Challenger V8 platform. They're going to open it to pre-order on Monday, which would be March 18th on the Big Three Racing website, which is big3racing.com. He said this is a true plug and play option using the Holley Terminator X and Dominator ECUs. It enables users to maintain most factory vehicle functions and accessories without the factory ECU in the car. Huge win for Dodge owners. This should allow a lot of opportunity for folks to really begin that process of building some high horsepower stuff. This is the kind of stuff you see when the LS took off was when, HP tuners cracked it and Terminator X came out and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to start seeing that with some of the Gen 3 Hemi stuff and all of the Hellcat power and whatever, designations they have for those engines. So it
Yep.
says it'll give the user access to all the great features and tunability of Holley EFI. This is really cool. And again, you can find it at big3racing.com. Said the system is currently optimized for automatic Hellcats, but it's got beta testing for other models. So pre-order will still be available for those. So you can get on the list early, jump in there now, do that. I mean, I don't know anything about tuning, but if I was going to this, I feel like this is probably the way to go because you have a lot more adjustability. A lot of times factory ECU stuff is just fidgeting with it to make it work, and then this
Hmm.
stuff obviously is going to allow you to really tune it and dial it in.
Yep.
All right. You'll lead us into the next spot there?
Yep. So I know I touched on this a little bit on Wednesday night show at our boy Brett LaSala here is down at Texas TX2K. And I had mentioned that he had a run off the trailer that was, and I couldn't remember what it was offhand, but it was a 646 at 226 miles an hour right off the trailer to get the number one qualifier position. So he's
That's
running in the street car class. So this was 3 days ago when that was posted. Obviously, Texas TX2K is going on right now, so I
mhm.
haven't got any updates on where he's at and anything since then.
Yeah, I haven't seen any standings or anything come out at late last night or this morning. We're trying to watch some of that and see some of our racer friends that were in there. We talked about the 12 racers that are also drag and drive racers, but I didn't have Jared Holt on there and I didn't have James Shower on there as well. So
Yep.
the drag and drive racers down at Texas 2K in these classes, just doing great things.
Yeah,
It looks a ton of fun.
and we should have the results by the end of the weekend, so we can talk about that on Wednesday night, kind of where all of the drag and drive racers finished at this event.
Yep, and I'll run a full list. I'll look back against my master lists and see, who has competed in the drag and drive in the past. Maybe we'll cover those. So plan for 10 or 15 minutes of coverage from there. And then our boy Jared Holt down there just making waves, man. 757, no, 775. Yeah,
Yep.
775 in the green Supra. crazy. He said he's in the second streetcar class. I don't know what that means. I think they break it down by you know ETs. So he's the first in that class. So he's down racing today. I want to give a big shout out to Mike Pryka. This I stole this photo from Jared Holt's Facebook page, but it was taken by Mike and the
Did he
team
say
promotion.
it was a second streetcar class, or he was in second in the streetcar class?
No, he said he's in the second streetcar class. So
Hmm.
he's number one qualifier in the second streetcar class. So I don't know if they break it down again. Like I don't follow TX2K very much, so I'll have to take a look at that. But I know they do have some kind of differences because you wouldn't want a car running nines against a car like Brett's. It's not going to be at all relevant. So,
Yeah.
so I think they break them down by ETs. I think they
Yep.
probably put the first 16 in one grouping and the next 16 in the second slower class there.
Gotcha. And then this one I thought was pretty cool. So this was a post on the TX2K page. Said this was, I don't know, probably an hour ago now, but it was like 30 minutes when we were making the notes. Says track is hot. We are racing. So far this week, we've made 1,420 passes down the track as of 8 a.m. Saturday, I guess. So,
Yeah.
wow.
So as of this morning, now I don't think they were doing any racing. Well, I guess they were doing racing this morning, but 1,420 passes in the time that they've been down there. And I think they started Tuesday with testing. So you posed the question. Go ahead and you ask it.
Yeah, so when I saw this, it made me think of in a national level event, so a week-long event, how many passes do you think are made in that drag and drive event?
So that, of course, stirred the next step in my brain. So we've put up a poll on the Drag Driver Pete Race Car Friends group to let you vote on how many passes you make during a national level event, during your last national level event. That's what I asked because sometimes people make 30 in a week, but then the next event they make 12.
Yeah,
So it's multiple choice. You can only choose one answer because we're looking for your answer from your last event. Okay, so the
yeah,
last one you competed in, we want to know how many you made in that, and I've got a list of the events that would qualify for what would be your last drag and drive event. So obviously,
yeah,
we're looking for some 2024, 2023. If you made a pass back in 22, we don't care. We want to know how many you've done,
yeah.
and I've
Yeah,
got
so
anything from 5 to 35.
nice. So I don't think we have any way of really figuring out what, our number is in a drag and drive event, but if you've got 300 cars and you've got 5 days of racing, if you're only turning in one time slip, that's at least 1,500 passes.
Yep. So that was kind of my thought behind it. Is I would take the general consensus, right? The one that has the most votes. And I would take that and multiply that times, you know, Rocky Mountain Raceway has 250 cars. Does is 10, that's 2,500 passes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rovic did 25 in a day, probably. So a lot of the yeah, 5,000, no huge numbers. Yeah, 5,000 passes. I don't know. It's going to be pretty interesting to see some of the stuff that comes out. I know that there are index racers at Rocky Mountain that will make 10 and 12 passes during a day. Zach Stevens at Midwest Drags last year made 17 in a single day. But
Right.
you have guys like Devin and Josh, they were one and done every day.
Yeah, or the Hargets. They're usually
Yeah.
one and done. So
Yep. So you have, it's going to be interesting to see what it is. I really think there's going to be, I put like 28 to 35 as I am Iron Man, and then 36 plus as I am Iron Man's dad.
yeah,
So it'll be pretty wild to see how many people vote on that. Again, that is a poll that goes up in about 2 minutes on
gotcha.
the Drag Driver Pete Race Car Friends Facebook group.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. When I saw it, I thought, "Oh, this is pretty interesting." And what really made me chuckle a little bit was I know you like to nerd out on stuff, and I know
Mhm.
there isn't a way for you to figure out what this actual number is. So I knew it'd kind of
Yeah.
drive you a little stir crazy, but
Yeah. It'll get us close. And that's the one thing that is I wish, man, I really want to run a challenge and I'm going to have to try it. We're not going to do it at the circuit, but I may do it at another event. But I want someone to turn in every pass they make. And I want to
mm,
see what the average is for every pass they make. Maybe we have to
yeah,
pull that. Maybe we have to pull that from the from the towers at each race. I don't know. We're going to figure that out because that's always been another thing I wanted to think of too. Who could run the quickest ET of every pass they made? So do you run one and done every day? I think to do that, you've really got to. There's some convoluted formula you've got to run there because if somebody runs 15 passes but has a slower ET, but I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna figure that out. But that was a great question asked by you.
Yeah. Ken said the tracks must have a way of adding a day up. They might.
Yep, yep. I'm sure they do. And 5,000 may be a lot for the week, but when you start thinking about it, I mean, dude, 3,000 is probably not crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, 300 again, 300 cars at 5 days of racing is 1,500, and that's if there's 300 cars and everybody only makes one pass. So,
Hmm.
you start looking at some of the events that require two time slips, even though we're not getting 300 cars, like at the circuit,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
still we've got how many do we have for the circuit? 150?
Yeah. 150 fully sold out
So
box,
two
block, and barrel, baby.
Yeah, so two passes with 150 cars is still 300 per day. If
Yeah.
that was a national
That's
level
not,
event,
dude, that's 900 for the weekend minimum.
right,
That's the minimum that we're going to make that weekend. Wow.
right.
How
Rich
cool.
says tracks with app, you can punch in a car number.
Yeah. That would be a great way to do it, to figure it out and see how many. If you knew somebody was making a lot of passes, you could go in there and kind of get that number. Tons of work there. I think we could probably get the number. I'll reach out to Mocan and see what they can do for us because maybe that would be something that'd be really cool. I'm adding that to the notes now.
If we could actually get it for the circuit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we can. We probably get a daily pass count.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Yep. Yeah.
Like I
Great
said,
call, man.
again, just one of these things that I had saw as I was making the notes this morning, and I thought 1,420 passes sounds like a lot, but when you start thinking about it, it might not be uh, as much as that we think for like a drag and drive event.
Yeah. Yep. Daily pass count. Yeah.
Ken here said I was impressed at the speed you get cars down in the states. We're not as quick in the UK.
Well, but also there's not as many tracks in the UK, so drag racing isn't as number one in their minds yet. We're getting there though. Drag and Drive will change it, baby.
That's right.
I believe in it. I believe in it. Well, that's the end of the notes we have for today, guys. I want to say thank you so much to everybody that has hung out this morning. We have. I was really busy. I was on the road literally all day. I drove 8.5 hours yesterday, just to the meet and back. But I don't have my kids this week, man. It's going to be really strange not having children at the house. Not I don't know if I'm ready for this or not, but it means that there's going to be a lot of work getting done. I've been working on the website. There's some new stuff on the dragdriverepeat.com website, some changes that have been made and stats that have been updated and working over there. So you guys can take a look at some of that stuff on that side. And again, when I get a few minutes, I'm going to be working on that. But really, our push from here till probably April 23rd is the circuit 100%. We want so many people tuning in because, like, on the spot auto repair, Gentry, Arkansas has provided a live stream opportunity for us. So we're going to be live streaming the event, all of it. We're going to do, Eric will leave early days to get to route stops to talk to people there. My daughter's going to run the switcher. That should be fun. So I've got to get that ordered. We've got to get the cameras set up and start practicing. So my plan is for not this weekend, but April 6th. I'll be going to Cars and Coffee in Springfield, Missouri to promote for the Ozark Day. And then from there, I'll go over to Mocan and promote for the circuit on site that day for a big bracket race. So should be
Nice.
pretty crazy to be out and about and I mean, obviously, 200 pieces of content we've put up so far. I mean, dude, it's probably 230. We've probably put up 230 pieces of content, and now it's time to just turn it up because we have so many people to spotlight between now and then. That means I need to talk to some racers. We're gonna again start kicking off some of the. We're gonna have some racers on Wednesday nights. We're gonna have some racers on Saturday mornings. We're gonna tell some of those stories of the cars that are coming because obviously the circuit is near and dear to my heart because we use that as a way to also raise money for a local children's shelter. So we're helping the Southwest Missouri or Children's Haven of Southwest Missouri for 2024. And this is the first time we've helped that charity. And I would like to raise $10,000. So we're going to have a lot of fun ways to raise money for people that are at home watching the live stream. You'll be able to give shout outs to your friends and things like that. We're working on how to do that and what the best way to get those shout outs and have Cliff Parvin, our announcer, go over those over the airwaves there at the event. So it's going to be pretty neat. I'm really excited about this and just the stretch in our ability. Oh, Twisted Angle Garage said he'll be at the Springfield Cars and Coffee with his Rat Rod Burnout car. Well, him and I will get together for sure because that's going to be a fun day. I've never been to that Cars and Coffee. I see it posted all the time. There's like several hundred cars that show up there. So that should be a fun time. And that's on Saturday, April 6th. And then April 7th, here in where I live, Northwest Arkansas, there's another 300 or 400 cars and coffee that I'm going to set up at as well. So if we can just, again, we're sold out. Car count is full. We've got 80 something people on the wait list. So I doubt we'll get through all those wait listers. Obviously, we won't. The We need people in the stands. We need people to come out and watch. We need people just foaming at the mouth for the 2025 tickets to go on sale so they can be a part of this fun because we need them up there watching. We need them up there talking to other racers. We need them up there talking to these people because they don't like y'all just don't understand. There's not like some people don't even know about Drag and Drive, man. How is that
Right.
possible? How is that possible? I'm so ready. And with the circuit, obviously we cut off the quarter mile stuff at 850, so we don't have the 6 second cars that generally bring all the hype. But I'm telling you, the cars that are coming are freaking awesome. And if you haven't done it yet, go over, follow the circuit, Charity with Horsepower on Facebook. Grab one of those photos, one of those posts, and share it for us. Please, please, please just share that for us so we can get more people into Mocan Dragway or Ozark Raceway Park to get to see all of this action that we're gonna have.
Yep. I was just looking at our cars and coffee schedule, and looks like ours kicks off April 6th as well.
Oh, nice. Sounds like I know what you're doing that morning.
Yeah, I might have to pull out one of the cars and run down there since it'll be the first one.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I won't be taking anything cool. I'll be in the little Saturn rocket, but we're going to be running around.
All right.
Oh man, do you see this here? Pat Cook saying a crazy dude with a bike is thinking about riding all the way from Texas on the bike for the circuit. Well, we know Pat's crazy, and I can't wait to see that dude and hang out.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again live Wednesday night. And if you want to watch this on PowerTube TV. You can find it on their YouTube channel. You can find replays of this stuff on their YouTube channel, edited just strictly for PowerTube. And you can find us in their lineup on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. everywhere, 8 p.m. time zone everywhere.
Yep.
So pretty exciting.
All right.
Pretty exciting.
Thanks again to all of our race car friends. Like we said, we couldn't do this without you guys coming in here, making comments, sharing, uh, commenting in the race car friends group page. And thanks to our sponsors, Summit Racing, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Car Chains 3D, Performer Built Transmission, Howard's Cam, Sweet Patina, Powered Tube TV, and Racing Junk. Guys, we will see you on Wednesday night.
Yep. All right, guys. Later.